おしななみななおしくえおみおなおおしななみななおしくえおみおみおしななみななおしくえおみおなおおしななみななみおしくえおみなおおみなみおおくえくえおみななおみおみなみおおくえくえおみななおみおみなみおみなみなおなみおなおしななみななおしくえおみおなおおしななみななみおしくえおみなおおみなみおおくえくえおみななおみなみおおくえくえおみななおみなみおみなみなおなみおなおしななみななおしくえおみおなおおしななみななおしくえおみおみおしななみななおしくえおみおなおおしななみななみおしくえおみなおおみなみおおくえくえおみななおみなみおおくえくえおみななおみなみおみなみなおなみおなおおみみおななおみみなおななみなみくえくえくえみおみおなみなおなみくえなみおみおおおみみおななおみみなおななみなくえくえくえな Oh, me, oh, now, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh. Now, me, quick, quick, oh, me, quick, quick. Na, me, oh, me, na, me, quick, quick. Oh, me, oh, now, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh. Now, me, quick, quick, oh, me, quick, quick. Na, me, oh, me, na, me, quick, quick. Me, oh, quick, quick, now, now, oh. Me, oh, quick, quick, now, now, oh, oh. Me, oh, quick, quick, now, now. Oh, me, oh, now, me, oh, me, oh, me, oh. Na, me, quick, quick, oh, me, quick, quick. Na, me, oh, me, na, me, quick, quick.
Alrighty. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for Cricket tuning in. I'm Cricketoon. Yeah. Said this stream would be a maybe, but then once the game club thing I was part of earlier in Rare's Discord wrapped up a little sooner. Well, I wouldn't say sooner. It just wrapped up. I figured I might as well spend the rest of the night streaming. So that's why we're streaming. It's going to be a same dealy as Thursday, though. We're going to play some Final Fantasy XIV, continue on in the main story quest added in patch 7.1. And then we'll switch over to Dragon Quest III HD2D remake. Get some more progress in that as well. That is pretty much all I had to say. I'm going to do those. Try to see if I can. I was watching my last stream, the VOD of it, and I noticed that the game audio is probably a bit too loud in comparison to my voice. Tweak these audio levels here. Hopefully that way I can be heard over the audio. Right. Click, no, don't click on the chocobo in the back, you silly thing. Oh, now we're in first-person mode. Kind of neat to be in first-person mode, except your character disappears. There we go. All right. Tend to our retainers. Oh yeah. You got 100,000 gil on you. I'll take that. Some of the stuff that we had on her inventory sold. Oh, I don't need these. Battle dance. Oh, okay. Nobody wants the battle dance materia. Or the piety materia. Okay. Just sell those then. This retainer. Oh geez, I could have used that like a couple patches ago. Yeah, it's not even good now. It's only good to give away for company seals. Mushy fungus. That's the cat girl. Something a little, something going on here. Right in broad daylight, too. Spooky Crunch. Who'd you name yourself that? All right. Yeah, that's stinky. I don't like that rope. Why are we keeping this again? Oh, because it's a fancy, like, staff. For the thaumaturges. I don't even play that class. That as well. All right. Last thing we did was that particular dungeon that was part of the main story quest. What was it called again? Ueawata Field Station, yes. Before that, we did the other two dungeons that I had to unlock, or were in the process of unlocking, because I wanted to get a drop from them. I needed to increase my item level in order to be able to do the main story quest dungeon. We'll get these two quests out of the way because they simply just wrap up me unlocking the dungeon. Get to enjoy this sad song again. Either the plant life is still alive, though. Oh, it's even raining. All right, because there's no dome now, so now there's weather. Dome's open. Deadwalk as haunting as we expected? Yeah, it was terrible. Let me get this straight. You met a disturbed mascot, attended a twisted tea party, were assaulted by a skywheel and a merry-go-round, then fought for your life in a haunted house? The Endless House, to be precise, and with that, my suspicions are confirmed. The days when Dreamborough yet flourished, the Endless House often held plays with volunteers from the audience. So volunteers would be cast as the story's heroes and tasked with rescuing a captive princess from Trommerel, Lord of Nightmares. Awfully similar to Crick's experience. Precisely. Thus, I believe the Deadwalk's monstrous residents were given life by the lingering memories of the Endless who once called it home. As its name once implied, the district was built for those endless who love to dream. The theme park itself likely gained a mind of its own. Over the years, perhaps it too harbored the hope that a hero would grant its former citizens' final, desperate wish for freedom and for home. As I understand it, when Queen Sphene and Zoralja first attempted interdimensional fusion, a few areas within living memory suddenly vanished into the rift, including Dreamborough. As the endless souls within began to fade, their memories and desires fused with the very essence of their home to turn the Deadwalk into what it is now. During the timing, we have to assume the district's reconnection is due to Her Majesty's last attempt at interdimensional fusion. But with Trommerai gone, those lost souls should finally be able to rest in peace. Not entirely certain, but the rift did close upon Crick's return. I can only hope your hypothesis is true and their role in that hollow performance is concluded. Yes, he's now done. As has mine, I suspect. Long have I served as a guide, eager to bring joy to every visitor who passed through living memory's golden gates. I see now why I remained. I was meant to perform this final act of guidance, to lead you both to those lost dreamers. I do not wish to dampen the mood, of course, so I shall take my leave. But I could not be prouder to serve my fellow citizens. I could not be happier that you were my final guests. Farewell, my friends, and thank you. Truly. There he goes. Off to forever disappear. Pity him, but I think it's best to let him go. Return to Solution 9. Your good deeds still need to go out rewarded, after all. I'll meet you back there, as my real self this time. Yes. My whole point to change. Again, you can return to regular surveys of living memory. Decide carefully how to best handle the former haven of the Endless, but I do know one thing for sure. It is our duty to uncover the mysteries at the heart of living memory, what it was made for and what horrors kept it running, so that we never repeat those mistakes. Oh, shame these two materias are completely frickin' useless. I'll probably go with it. Oh no, we get both of them. Never mind. I thought there was a selection. Earned with nary a needle to be seen. I experienced them firsthand myself. The pain was simply indescribable. That said, once it subsided, I was surprised to find the lower back pain, which had ailed me for years, has completely vanished. Tell him everything about what we saw in the ruins. See, how truly remarkable. I think that the structures of a separate civilization lie within the depths of the Yokhoi ruins, and at the deepest point a great serpentine creature waited. This is, beyond a shadow of a doubt, a significant discovery regarding Zaktoral's history. Tell me, what thoughts have you concerning the valley's depths? I've no doubt there were many gospels that foretold of the great serpent's majesty. Now we'll go with this one. It reminded me of the ancient Ronkan ruins I saw in another world. And we did fight a great serpent. Truly, such a claim is invaluable testimony. Based on your description, it's likely that the ancient Yokhoi simultaneously feared and revered the serpent of unfathomable power, and after encountering it, constructed a temple to conceal it from the world. Maybe the final element which proves my life's work, a theory, the eerie resemblance of the reflection civilizations. Capacity as a professor for the studium, I've taken the liberty of reading the Scion's report concerning the source, its reflections, and the civilizations therein for myself. Their findings indicate that the sundering diminished mankind's intelligence to that of beasts. The flourishing civilization of the ancients was forgotten, and the peoples of each reflection set out on separate paths, forging disparate civilizations of their own. Yet can we say that these civilizations worlds apart are truly so different? If we all came from one shared ancient heritage, would it not be natural that the development of each society and culture bear similarities to one another? Yeah, you got a hypothesis there. That it is entirely possible a society which predates the Yokhoi and bears similarities to ancient Ronka once existed in the source. Naturally, it is necessary to conduct further research regarding how twin civilizations born in two separate worlds developed under entirely different environments. Nevertheless, your discovery today has provided further proof of the plausibility. I ask you to join me on another adventure, one markedly less fraught with danger. As one who traversed beyond the rift to the first, your knowledge and insight concerning ancient Ronka are invaluable. We'll journey to Warlord's Echo and speak with a chronicler of the Yokhoi, that I may learn their legends. Who knows, we may just discover some striking parallels to the culture of ancient Ronka. Like, do I have to? Do I absolutely have to? I think they're near the Aetherite. And for a blessing, felt no pain in my lower back the entire ride. Perhaps the medicinal applications of Sabatender needles is a field deserving of further study. Yeah, they call it acupuncture. Same individual informed me that the Yokhoi ruins may exist in Shalani. Based on what I've shared with you, were you able to find any commonalities between the legends of your people and the ruins we discovered in Zaktorol? Including those concerning disease, precious few stories of our ancestors who've traversed north have been passed down. But for the valiant warrior who brought the sky ruin low, I would share with you a story regarding the Great Serpent, one we normally would not disclose to outsiders. Please follow me to the indelible passage. The murals shall explain all. We had to go all the way over there. I'm flying. Thank God we have flying. We get a long ass walk. I forgot that picture. Oh well. Not like the chat was all that active anyway. Only when I'm in a populated area is when that chat box actually starts going. Legend concerning the great serpent is hidden within this mural. Pray gaze upon it carefully as I weave for you an ancient tale. Long, long ago, a sect of our ancestors forged north. There, deep within a valley, they discovered the remains of an ancient temple. Inhabitants have long perished, and the purpose for which the structure existed was itself an enigma. But yet, when our forebears finally delved into its further recesses, they discovered a great serpent deep in slumber. Should be noted, our people revere serpents as divine creatures who govern the boundary between worlds. Like it's showing this like little spot. That's what the camera's focused on, I think. Hold one of such immense power dormant there within the ruins, they believed it best to build a temple around its chambers and offer prayers for its divine protection. Yet in the ensuing years, our people were plagued by disease. Time and again, our ancestors offered supplications for divine assistance, but no matter how fervent their prayers, the great serpent never deigned to answer them. In the end, a great many of our forebears withdrew from the Northernlands. Only the most devout worshippers of the great serpent remained, but they too were eventually withdrawn in a somber procession, having buried too many brothers and sisters. The sect who remained prayed for the great serpent's awakening. They prayed for a salvation that would never come. Yet why should it awaken now? And what incited its ingression? Was it simply by chance that it roused in so foul a mood, or is there perhaps some underlying reason we've yet to uncover? Vote who held vigil in the temple held this belief. Great serpent doth waken, its coil shall envelop the world. In other words, the creature's discovery was itself a pretext to legitimize their territorial expansion north. Yet their prayers fell on deaf ears. Only now, before our benefactor, has the great serpent finally awoken. A peculiar but altogether fascinating turn of events. The being you encounter truly was divine. Mayhap it is you who shall receive its blessings. Consider that our friend here, traveler, capable of crossing the rift twixt worlds, was blessed by a being who governs that boundary. Would that not fit the interpretation held by the sect who remained? At any rate, Crick's testimony and the legends of the Yokhoi shall go a long way in verifying my theory. I gather sufficient evidence that these two civilizations worlds apart share fundamental values and prove my thesis. Our outlook on history shall be irrevocably changed. Mayhap even an entire new field of study shall be pioneered. The inception of civilizations and its infancy bear similarities in each reflection. Was there some localized connection between them, such as a planar fissure? Or perhaps there was some all-powerful keeper of whispers peering through the veil? Thinking about what it is that connects us across the rift gets my heart racing. Really into this. Certainly I have my work cut out for me, and now that you've made the ruins safe, I may resume my expedition and, perhaps more potently, continue writing my thesis. Master Chronicler Crick. Cannot thank either of you enough for your cooperation this day. I know not where my research will take me, but I have no doubt my pursuit of the mysterious and miraculous will see us cross paths again. Some tells me we might actually bump into him in the future. There, those are now out of the way. Now we'll continue the main story. Did clear a dungeon. I'm not sure if there's anything else left. Probably just more quests until it all wraps up or something. We're looking for Galuja's mom. Or any record of her. Discern the purpose of the research conducted here, the traces of it that remain might afford us greater insight of what came of it. Let's take a look around for information as well as a way to the upper level. We get to explore the dungeon without having to worry about bosses or enemies. Smaller seat. That's for the Lalafels. I like the wheelchair. I like this wheelchair design. An eerie red light in it. Lots of bottles all over the floor too. Probably medicine though. Corpse. Long dead corpse, too. The corpse. Happened to the people here? Did they all leave, or did we already meet them? that people actually volunteered their souls for these experiments. Success was far from guaranteed, and even in the best case, they would cease to be men. Was their devotion to Zeralja so absolute? Apparently this needs a key. Lift can be seen through the wrought iron gate. As sturdy appears, the gate will likely resist attempts to force it open. Security panels nearby. Perhaps a verification key will open the way. Full in capsules. Wonder what Beck Lug would make of this research into transferring souls. Yeah, 'cause he kind of had to do something in order to get us from the first to the source. Researchers likely moved between the upper and lower levels. Perhaps we could find a key among their belongings. Angry to think what they did here. I could totally go under that. Why won't it let me? As subject's journal. Recruiting volunteers for a new experiment. I know I'm not as bright as the others, but they wouldn't laugh at me if I was stronger than them. This might be my chance. Soul transferred a few days ago. I can write. Can write good, yes? I am good. Very good. Working hard to control strength. Today bit off hand a feeder. Cannot help it so strong. Hungry. Always hungry. Cannot control. Eat. I must eat. Am eater must eat. Find nothing that resembles a verification key. Well, instead we just see how crazy they all went by having beast souls embedded into themselves. Supplies of the staff are neatly arranged within the cabinet. Among the various items is a manual outlining regulations and tranquilizing gas to be used in emergencies. Dig deeper and find a verification key. Of course, that's where the key is. Great, I'll call the others. No, I'm just gonna interact with it anyway. The key can be used to operate the lift as well. Up we go. I like how I go out first. Give me a second. this is the observatory. Didn't expect it to be similar, but this is a far cry from the temple that held Valley Armanda. Machinery appears to be still in operation. I expect there are auxiliary systems in place to ensure that monitoring can continue even in emergencies. Warnings indicate various anomalies related to the seal's failure, most likely. For a blessing, we managed to fell the beast before it could cause harm. Right then, let's see if we can find some clues about Galuja's mother. I think I can use this terminal. Shale taught me how. Oh, he's pounding at the keep. So much data. I don't what we should look at. I don't what we should look at. Oh, that's an unfortunate typo. Forgot the word no. Oh, Squeenix. Perhaps we can narrow down the search by inputting the name Tashalja. Tashalja. Oh, brought up a lot of results. They all seem to say the same thing. Tashalja, Administrator Experimental Treatments, Research Logs. Sounds good, doesn't it? Chances are the data is encrypted, and even if it's not, it'll take considerable time to go through it all. Let us take it with the back room and have Shale analyze it. Agreed. Alright, I'll transfer it to this storage device I brought. There, it's finished. Thank you so much for bringing me all the way here, everyone. If you're happy, then so am I. Besides, I was able to learn more about my brother as well. It was a fruitful venture for the both of us. Authorities will doubtless wish to be informed about the facility and its contents. But first things first, let's deliver that data to Shale. Galuja has already given me the storage device. Looks to be a wealth of data, all of which is encrypted, so I'll need time to process everything. In that case, Alize and I might take ourselves around the city to check on the people. Their mood has us a bit worried. I don't know if there's anything we can do to help, but we'll see. Good, I'll let you know as soon as I finish my work. Decrypting files isn't the hard part. It's when the number of digits in a password is unknown that the long nights begin. They isn't wrong. The mood out there is still grim. Some of the Terali remember a time before they were dependent on the soul system, but even they're unsettled and wondering aloud if they'll have the chance to reunite with old friends and family before they pass on. Good reason, too. The journey home won't be an easy one for those who've grown old. That's why it's mostly been younger folk who've been leaving Thrall, ones with no elders to care for. Word of that problem's reached us in Tuliolal. My brother is doing all he can to see this Zak Thrall railroad restored to operation so that people may come and go more freely. Fortunately, the tracks only go as far as Vanguard, so some traveling by foot will still be necessary. So the railroad would make things a slight easier. How long before it's back in service? When I left for this visit, Kwana seemed reluctant to make promises. While Shell's working on the data, we can go and see the state of it for ourselves. Shaolani Station, then. Alright, time to go see how that train is doing, I guess. Kinda did sacrifice it in order to get into this stupid dome. Probably frantically trying to make another one or something. Foul resolve and crick etun to boot. What can I do for you? Going for some good news about the railroad. There's an increasing number of people looking to return to Thrall so they can't make the journey on foot. As it happens, the Vow of Reason is also on his way here to take stock of the situation. And that be him. Scratch the on his way. Oh, and there's Aaronville with some new threads. Oh. Did our little bun finally outgrow his old clothes? Now that's just mean. I'm not gonna say that. The guild ship had officially approved my transition from gleaner to independent contractor. I was in need of more befitting attire. About the railroad too. It was in part for my sake that the original Dawnblazer was sacrificed, so I felt it was only right that I assist with its replacement. Speaking of which, Sim Lamati has explained the growing urgency of the need. What have you to report? New locomotive was on track for completion. We're having difficulty pulling her into the station in a manner of speaking. See, when we used the Dawn Blazer to get into the dome, urgency outweighed all other considerations. But now we're back to our original problem, how to run the railroad without upsetting the inhabitants of Watasan. That is, the Ronique. Though the Hestaro that followed them are none too pleased about the Hesto being spooked by the noise of the locomotive either. Hey, Reno, thanks for cricket-tuning in. I appreciate it. How you doing tonight? The solution I devised to quieten the railroad should address that complaint. But a silent train presents a different danger. The Ronique will need to be deterred from wandering across the tracks. I'm doing all right. Suppose we can't just blow the whistle at them, or they'll panic and be put off their grazing again. Are the railroads plotted to avoid the Ronique's preferred grazing areas, though? It's odd that they're getting so close in the first place. Ronique's grazing patterns have shifted since the tracks were laid. I'm not certain why, but I intend to ask the people of Mewatsan their insight. Major proponent of the railroad, I have a duty to assist in this matter, and I too would hear what the Hestaro has to say about it. They are the ones most affected, after all. I believe it would be best to begin by consulting their leader, Watto. The rest of you can accompany us to the Hestaro encampment if you like. A Lalafell named Taste Bud. There's a bit of a lineup here. I'm not the only one who's trying to knock out the main story quest. Of course, I wouldn't be the only one. Pray they do not take us for train enthusiasts. Thou resolve, thou reason. I bid you welcome to our camp. But what brings you all the way to Nweta-san? Thank you for seeing us. Our visit concerns the matter of the Zattural Railroad. Juana goes on about it for hours. You have noted the Ronique's unexpected change in behavior then. My son, Shepetto, has been looking into the matter. Normally, we expect the Ronique to keep to their favorite grounds nearby for a while yet, and despite a thorough search, we haven't found anything wrong with the quantity or quality of the grazing. Yet they refuse to keep where they usually would, instead pushing westward toward your railroad. Certainly see no cause for this unseasonal migration, unless, should they continue to move west, we will follow. As any true Hestaro would, I suppose. I have surmised I am of Hestaro descent. My Parents traveled with the Runique as well, though I myself have no memory of the experience. Left behind as a baby, see, during such a migration. One of many sacrifices necessitated by a nomadic lifestyle, I'm forced to assume. Oh. Poor Kwana was literally abandoned. Chance encounter with a kind Pelu merchant was the only reason I survived. Taking pity on me, he taught me his trade that I might fend for myself. I became a stall keeper in Tuliola's markets, and that is where the Dawn Servant found and adopted me. I'd already been in the palace some time when Lamachi came to join us. Like me, she had been cast aside by her parents. I knew the pain of solitude and wanted to spare her that suffering. As his tiny child's new brother, I swore I would always be there for her. Truly, I have never heard of the Runique choosing a path so outrageous as to force such a terrible decision, nor of any Hastaro willingly leaving their own flesh and blood behind. There must have been some exceptional circumstance. Not say, the idea of following in their footsteps that I might better make excuses for their actions never much appealed to me. They had good reason, wouldn't you want to know? As is so often the case, you are correct. My discomfort with the Starro way may arise from fear of reopening old wounds rather than blind fervor for innovation. It would nevertheless see me repeat past mistakes. Refuse to learn one of our country's treasured traditions would make me a poor Dawn servant indeed. Please teach me of the Runique and what they mean to you. Promise to listen with an open mind. We would be delighted. In the meantime, your companions are welcome to look around. Do you learn of Hastara culture with me? I should like to approach this with the fervent curiosity that you and my sister share. But it would be useful to know whether I am doing it correctly. Way to learn about our lives is to do what we do. I hope you're not above manual labor. These tools. Time to do some work. For once. Introduce yourself to anyone that looks busy and ask if you can help. They'll be happy to teach you what to do in exchange for another pair of hands to do it. Stroke the Runique's coat, you may notice that portions are shaggy and tangled. One's fur is a bit overgrown, but a good brushing should thin it out. Try you'll need the right tool for the job, mind you. A comb of the type you're used to would just get lost in the tangle. Oh, you mean this that was just given to me? And we brush the Runique. Beautifully brush the Runique until your arms grow weary from the prolonged battle with its coat. It appears much tidier now. though the same cannot be said for your clothes, which have acquired a new coat of their own. Less excess fur, our friend here will be more comfortable in the afternoon heat and less susceptible to illness. The combed coat also makes it easier for us to identify injuries should the need arise. Now we have more fur where there was no fur before. Great to finish all my tasks for the time being, and since you're eager to learn about our way of life, why don't I tell you a bit about our migration customs? Ronique are our Hesto, our guides that we travel with through the turning of the seasons. Turning of the seasons, we trust them to lead us to fertile lands with all we need to survive. But you may not know that sometimes the herd splits in two, bound for different paths. On those occasions, we Histaro must also part with half our number. I think it a strange and stressful custom, but over the years has seen us visit new lands and broaden our horizons as people. This too is the wisdom of the Hesto. And that's gotta suck. Traveling with a group of friends, following a giant bison, and then the bison then split their direction, and then you're kind of forced to split. Something like that. You mean this stuff needs a needle and a thread? And how often we pack up and reassemble our tents, they're bound to get the occasional tear. Fortunately, the Ronique hide they're made of is durable enough that we generally needn't worry. But the Hestar way of life, are you? Let me test your powers of deduction. I find answers much easier to recall later if I arrive at them myself. Our Hesto provides us with something that we use in medicines. Poultices and soap to drive away pests and stain our fires. What is it? Oh. Is it dung again? Sounds like there's a story there, but that is indeed the correct answer. Discovered myriad uses for Ronique chips over time, each a boon to our way of life. When there's a need, our Hesto always provide. There's value in their poop. There, we did all those. Smell of the grass and the wind. Which is a good thing, I promise. You can nearly be mistaken for one of us, if bit on the short side. Wow, okay, I'm not traveling with you guys then. I have to wonder how Valkona is getting on. I assume he would be reluctant to get his hands dirty, but seems his wish to understand us was sincere. Yes. Ah, there he is now. Oh, he brought one over. Apologies for my tiredness. I was tasked with grazing the Ronique and ended up rather far afield. Found myself wandering hither and thither to my companion's inclination. To force us back to the trail seemed inappropriate. How is your own work? Have you anything to share? Starro life revolves around the Ronique, but in turn the people receive all they need. Ronique are treasured members of this community, as important as family. Yeah, that sounds good. The right thing to say. Indeed, the Ronique provide for the Hestaro, and in turn the Hestaro are good to the Ronique. This family should be. Mine is not the only way. though at times I lack the experience to know otherwise. My inability to conceive of how a decision might be right does not mean that it is wrong. My parents had a duty to Ronique, as they did to me, so I wonder if their leaving me behind was not so selfish as an act as I once believed. I have no way to know, of course, and regardless, this has no bearing on our present concerns. We are here in service of the people of Tyrol, after all. Glad to hear that, Valquana. You're welcome among our herd any time. Now we get options. Oh geez, all these are kind of okay. Kind of funny how we could pick roasted Ronique after doing a quest about learning about the Ronique. Yeah, we'll go with it. The warmth of family. Anna, how did it go? I believe I finally understand the significance of the Hesto. They nourish the Hestaro as they grow and provide warmth and companionship in a harsh and unpredictable world. They are equal of any man, not beasts to be tamed. Moreover, Ronique are sensitive. Though we may treat their injuries or brush their coats to keep them hale, they must ever be free to follow their instincts and seek lands where they might thrive. Stara would never cage them, and neither should we. To control their migratory patterns or capture those who wander too close to the tracks is out of the question. And it is particularly important to advance our original line of inquiry. Fortunately, we were able to visit Ronique's once favored grazing grounds. We were told the grass looks fine, but the place is too quiet. It's not just the Ronique, even the birds and field mice have fled. We did encounter one pack of raptors, but they looked to be passing through in a hurry. Typically, that sort of behavior in the fauna would be associated with natural disasters, earthquakes, landslides, and the like. Though the Hestaro would surely put two and two together were the cause geological, I measured the area's aether to be certain. There was indeed nothing to suggest recent environmental disruption, but I did notice one anomaly. A strong etheric signature to the east, moving across the plain, albeit slowly. Large animal, perhaps? Powerful one, like as not, a predator given the local fauna's behavior. One of the raptors we saw looked like it had bite taken out of its tail by something with very large fangs. Couldn't be a Uruhesto? Uruhesto? Renok Reaver in the common tongue. Our people have several names for such creatures. Fangs that steal Hesto in the night is another evocative one. Ronique can fend off many predators with their horns, but not the Thresto. The Turuhesto. Their scales are tough as adamant. Neither horn nor arrow can pierce them. Well-toothed carnivore with an unusually tough hide. I cannot recall any such fauna in this region. They usually roam the wilds in the northeast, and most herds keep well clear of them. Can't tell you why this one's so far from home and it's packed both. In any case, I believe the source of the Runique's consternation is clear. As is our next move, we must drive this reaver away that they might return to their grazing lands in peace. Beat up some invasive wildlife. Never fear. We'll make certain that the beast threatens you no more. I had a feeling that that part probably would have been voiced. Usually when the characters are a little more animated than that, it's usually a voiced cutscene. Oh, it looks like this is going to be an instance. Progress for the upcoming battle will be saved at certain points. Yeah. This is going to be a lengthy-ass instance. Now it's voiced.
Oduruhetsu is coming this way.
Oduruhetsu.
It has beasts across the plains in a panic, and our Ronek are practically paralyzed with fear. We must get them to safety.
We can assist by helping to calm the creatures. Once they're less agitated, it should be possible to hurt them.
And after they're out of harm's way, we'll deal with the Ronek Reaver.
I suggest you remain here to attend to the Ronek when they arrive.
They'll be safe with me. Please, be careful out there.
We're off. Go rescue some bison.
Make haste! We must protect the Ronek!
Can't make haste when I'm locked in place. Literally pressing the W key. There we go. Oh, I'm gonna get there first, Kana. I'm gonna get there first, damn it.
They're terrified. We must do what we can to soothe them.
That herd should be alright. Let's look for stragglers. The Ronek are to rally too. None shall be left behind. There must be something up ahead. Come! There!
These are no match for the likes of us.
was clearly an understatement.
I got Anvil's just chilling. Oh. Of course, an alligator shows up. Okay. Juana took care of it.
That did the trick.
For the fodder, at least. But where's...
There he is. Oh, he looks vicious.
Look there! We've got a big one coming!
Impenetrable scales and wicked fangs. That's a Rona Griever, and no mistake.
Oh.
There! Flat one there!
Determined.
Not so fast!
Oh. Broke his glasses.
Even should it cost me my life. I will save the head soul!
Kona! Are you alright?
Do not concern yourself with me. Get the Ronek to safety!
There. You've nothing to fear.
Right! Let's finish the job!
Yeah.
I made a vow to our people. You shall plague them no longer!
Now for a boss fight.
We'll find the vow of reason. It's not without resolve. Buy me some time to think, will you? It must be a weakness, and I will find it.
Yeah, we're barely making a dent on this guy.
I need time.
This guy's got some tough scales on him. Oh,
Pretty legs.
there goes one leg.
Now we just have to keep it pinned. Lincoln corner.
A protective current of ether. But whence does it flow? I've got it! One well-placed piercing round to the chest, and... You're done for! That's them the flow of protective ether.
There, now his HP's going down.
Stopping us now. Still not backing down, huh? Fine with me.
Kind of fun getting a stack of 12 damage up. There, he's now beat.
We did it. The Hetzo, are they?
The Ronek have all made it to Mehua Hetsuan. Hunters are scouring the area for any remaining threats, but the local fauna appear to have calmed down.
We cannot thank you enough for your timely aid. You, most of all, Bow of Reason. We feared you would be loath to take direct action, yet you didn't hesitate to put your life on the line for our Hetzo.
I did no more than is a Dawn servant's duty. The ethereal conductivity of those scales is astounding. I dare say we could repurpose them to create a device that emits controlled pulses of ether.
Ether resembling that of the predator the Ronek fear most.
Ah, decorate the train with it and the Renique will stay away from the tracks.
It might work. If we struck the right balance, we would have the means to deter the Ronek from approaching the railroad without causing them undue distress.
Incredible! Kona, you've done it again.
I must say, I was hoping I'd never have to see one of these again. Still haven't forgotten the last one. And it's been more than 20 years now. I had come as a trader to the camp in Lozeni Hetta. A camp that was obliterated in an instant by that monster.
Lozeni Hetta. That's where the Pelu Pelu trader found me as a babe.
Oh.
Please, can you tell me what you saw?
As I said, I had traveled there to trade with our fellow Hetzaro. Like us, they followed the Ronek. And like us, they were visited by a reaver. The fiend struck like a whirlwind in the night. It was chaos. I grabbed some token belongings and bolted in a panic, thinking only of getting as far away as possible. But even in my panicked state, I could not help but notice the young couple racing the other way, toward the fell creature. "We're distracted," I heard one cry. "Save our son! Save the Hetzo!" After that, nothing but the pounding of my heart and feet and Ronek thunder. I ran and ran. And as the sun broke the horizon, I found myself separated from both man and beast.
They're probably Kwana's parents. Kwana's parents.
Windborne words say that a group of survivors reunited with their remaining Ronek and have long since moved on. But still more were never seen again, including the brave couple. Or so the story goes.
And what became of their child?
I'm afraid I don't know. But if he wasn't with the survivors, even if he lived through that night, the wilderness wouldn't have been kind to a little one out on his lonesome.
That little one is now standing in front of you.
Maybe not. But perhaps a passing Pelu Pelu would. And one day, even a Dawn servant himself. All these years, I was convinced that my parents had left me behind to follow after the Ronek.
Now you know they left you behind because they needed to distract the creature.
But now I see. They didn't abandon me. They were trying to keep me safe. I've wasted so much time resenting them, when in truth, they gave me everything I have today. It is thanks to them that I live to know the warmth of family.
Well, the quest title.
Even after they were gone. And now that I am done, servant, all of Tuliyola is my family. A family I will always protect, as my parents protected me.
All right, let's start prying the crystals off this beast. The root cause of the Renique straying from their favorite grazing and obtain the tools to devise additional precautionary measure. A silent whistle, as it were. The whistle must be capable of emitting pulses of aether strong enough that they will shy away from the tracks on instinct, yet not so strong as to drive them into a panic. To achieve this, it will be far sight better than a traditional whistle, more effective and less stressful for the creatures themselves. Return to Shalani Station and begin work on it then. This guy literally just said legendary find. Oh. Oh. Wants to give me a muffin? I want to give him something too. Oh, I don't even know. Oh, here we go. Always nice to get the odd player who's just like, oh damn, it's a Lalafell named after a Pokemon. We're avoiding a predator. Smart ones they are, and Valkoana's not too bad himself. What with this whistle idea, sit tight, we'll have this train on its tracks before you know it. Sit tight? Yes. Let us sit tight. Hooray, another train. Hopefully we don't crash this into a dome.
Whoa.
I think I just got a friend request from that person now.
If I had time to do a proper job, could have really made her shine. Had to cobble together the exterior with spare parts. We refurbished the interior, though. Not that you can appreciate it from out here. But as far as the Ronek are concerned, we've spared no effort. From the ballast to the ties, we've adjusted every bit of the track so she'll run quiet as a field mouse.
Good.
You and your crew have worked wonders. Our nation is in your debt.
Come now. If anything, credit's due to Tuliolal. It's thanks to the folk you recruited from every corner of the continent that we were able to get her up and running so quickly. Besides, the ethereal whistle's the true marvel, and we wouldn't have that without the scales you brought us. However grateful you are, know that we're even more thankful.
Right. If we're done talking, let's put this train through her paces.
Yes. Oh. You doing on the tracks?
There's a Ronek up ahead.
Now, to test our whistle.
On it. Just point it in the general direction and...
It shoots a laser beam. Ah, perfect.
It's moving away. Meanwhile, our friends over there appear wholly unperturbed.
Whistle was a success.
With this, we can alert those who wander too close without disturbing the rest of the herd.
a roaring success! In a quiet way, like. Then with your permission, Vow of Reason, the Shaktaral Railroad is back in service.
I don't think he's actually going to say no. That would ruin the whole quest line. Crossroads. This should be the last quest of this, then. If it's the name of the patch. Also, that shale's made some headway by now, and regardless, we should spread word that the railroad's been restored to service. Hey, what do you have her working on? Blue Jaw's mom. Jaw's mother. Feel the same in his shoes. Have felt the same. Some questions are painful to leave unanswered. There's no cause to look at me like that. The Kauquia we met may have only been a simulacrum, but her memory was real. Yeah, he's got a little bobble. Needn't search for what she left behind because she left it with me, and I will carry it always. Speaking of things you're carrying, is that a teeny tiny Kauquia? What? No. It is merely a token from Alexandria. Our friends in Oblivion would not take no for an answer, and I thought it good as a souvenir anyway. You say, for what it's worth, I think it's a nice way to bring her with you on your travels. Yes. Yes, well, you're off to the dome now, aren't you? Thought I might join you for a time, see if there's aught I can do for the people there. Of course, we'll give you the full story on the way. Back to the back room. Give me a second here. Right. That player doom. That's actually a new emote that you can pick up at the gold saucer. Aaronville is wearing his Kauquia. Simple yet elegant solution, and thus the railroad is back in operation. Meanwhile, Shale has nearly finished processing the data. She'll be able to share her violent findings with us immensely. And here comes Y'shtola. I'm interrupting something, I gather. Y'shtola, what brings you here? I've seen enough of the gate and the Sky Deep Cenote for now, so I'm shifting my investigation to living memory. While there, I thought I would do well to have the company of an expert on electrope. I'd like to take a closer look at the place myself. I could join you once we've finished here. Lest you fear I've forgotten, once I've made headway with living memory, the key in your keeping shall be the next subject of my scrutiny. Well, it's my key, so shove off. Not a key, it's a cup. I'm gonna drink so much booze out of it.
There was a mountain of data to sift through, much of it tantalizing, I admit. But it will take time to fully decrypt everything that piques my interest, so to answer our immediate question, I've been concentrating my efforts on the audio saved by Teishulja herself. While I've not listened to it yet, I have a selection ready for playback. Would you like to hear it now?
Yes, please.
All right. Several audio files will now play in sequence.
Make sure you're not queued up for any duty finder. So you can make time for them.
My name is Teishulja, and I've decided to record this to help me put my thoughts in order, I suppose. Mother? Officially I was a Virgin with the Lance Guard. I was part of a contingent dispatched to Yasulani to hunt a Tural Vidral that was wreaking havoc. After our mission was complete, I elected to remain. It was the perfect opportunity to document the geographic distribution of medicinal herbs in this region. Or so I said when requesting special dispensation. In truth, I could not bear to return to Turyolal. I had hoped to aid Commander Zoralja in the right of succession, but he did not so much as look my way. I was never in contention, of course, one of the nameless many in his army.
Okay.
To go back and face that reality was too much for me, so I ran. And in my cowardice, I stumbled upon this path. A path that changed my life. When the dome appeared, I found myself trapped within, and reunited with my commander. How am I to speak of Commander Zoralja? I admired him. His incontestable strength, his unwavering focus. He was a man of great passions.
In other words, she was thirsty.
I watched him, captivated by his intensity. From afar, I would not dare approach. And in watching, I came to know him. His eyes too sought the distance, but not as mine did. He yearned not for another, but something else, beyond the horizon. That gaze would never fall upon me. I knew. The experiment will soon proceed to its next phase, and when it does, as he promised, I will have my heart's desire. Today. It should have been today. A new beginning. What I have dreamed of for so long. I hold a future in my arms. If he could see him, embrace him, surely that would be enough. So full of hope I was. A foolish hope.
Its scales are blue.
He's your son.
My... No, I can't. I don't know how. How could I? How? To raise a child, be a father. I don't. I can't. No! No! Get it away from me. Get the thing away from me!
It's all right, little one. Papa was just surprised. That's all. He'll come around. We'll be a happy family. Kaniloka's shouting for me. The research hasn't been going well, but I can't let him take it out on my baby. Hush now, little one. I know just where to hide you.
That's all of them.
He was abandoned, the poor dear. We found him in the drift downs a few years ago.
We know some manner of accident happened at the facility after this was recorded. Perhaps your mother couldn't come back for you.
Hey, Gololcha.
Oh, skipped his line.
Father and mother, they were both so lonely. If we could have been together, maybe they wouldn't have been. But sometimes things don't work out, no matter how hard you try. I can't tell if I'm happier now. But it's better to know, I think. Thank you, everyone.
Hug. Probably the reason why Zeralja freaked out about that is because it reminded him of his dad. What a mess. Profound response for one so young. One never outgrows the need for dependable companions. It's fortunate he has you. Thank you, Shelf. Because of you, I got to hear my mother's whole story. You heard it because you were brave enough to listen, Galuja. Remember one thing, remember that. Now then, having shared what I can at present, I'm ready to head to Living Memory when you are. Planning to be thorough, so we'll need to stop for supplies on the way. Said, I promise we won't remain over long. I know we all have much and more to attend to. For now, farewell. Horribly restless feather. Yet to return. I hope everything's all right. Word before you leave. Our network's already spreading word of the railroad. We expected people would be clamoring to get on the first train back. Yet the reaction's been the polar opposite. Scant few seem inclined to depart Alexandria anytime soon. What? When we spoke before, you said many from Tuliolol were eager to reunite with family and friends. Maybe they're concerned about getting through Vanguard? If so, we could take turns accompanying them. In any case, we need to speak with the people ourselves. Let's start at lane 09. Everyone was keen to pack their bags before, but now that the journey's possible, they can't be bothered? Some people gathering at Praxis Park.
People look uneasy. Did something happen?
Have you heard? Someone was killed in the Thunder Yards.
Oh.
The Thunder Yards was one of the hunters slain by a beast.
It was a hunter, all right, and a veteran at that. But it was no fiend that did him in. Only a random bolt of lightning.
Oh.
Such a senseless way to die. They say that he expended his last soul cells during Zoraljar's attack on the city.
For an upright, hard-working man to meet such an unceremonious end, it feels wrong.
But we'll be fine, won't we? Even if the system no longer erases our memory of the departed, the regulators continue to function.
To an extent.
I shan't go before my time. Growing old and passing peacefully with the help of the ushers is only natural.
Fear of death is gripping.
But how are we to know? We have no memory of those who have gone. More may have met violent deaths than passed from old age, and we would be blissfully unaware. It could happen to you, or me, to any of us.
Then what are we to do? Spend every waking moment thinking only of how we might die?
Hey, just like real life.
With time, I had hoped that they'd be able to adjust to their new situation. But it's only gotten worse.
Look! It's Queen Sphene!
What? Hell's this? You're supposed to be deleted, miss.
What?
Help, Queen Sphene! The grown-ups are really upset, and I don't know what to do.
You guys just had a funeral for her.
You are as kind-hearted as ever, Nico. Never fear. I'm here to set things aright.
I don't understand. Sphene is gone. Forever. You there, Gusson. You were the Queen's aide, weren't you? What's the meaning of this?
Begging your pardon, Vow of Resolve. But Her Majesty Queen Sphene is paying visit to her people, as is her wont.
But she's dead, though, and deleted.
What are you talking about? Sphene is dead. You officiated the funeral yourself. We all placed flowers to mourn her passing.
A funeral? For Her Majesty?
Oh. The system's doing something. The regulators are doing something.
What a curious jest. You know full well that ceremony was to commemorate those lives lost during the attack of Alexandria. Her Majesty walks among her people that she might support them in this most trying of times. Surely that is not cause for consternation.
Angie.
Your Majesty, won't you free us from these terrible memories of the departed? This is no way to live. Not for us, nor our children.
Now they're gonna go ahead and delete all the memories of the people who've died.
I wish that I could.
Oh.
Truly I do. But with living memories shut down, even I cannot restore the system that once afforded us that comfort. You needn't fret, however. I have prepared an alternate solution.
Uh-oh.
All of us shall be made endless.
No. No.
I have created a new system that allows you to transplant your memories directly into an ethereal vessel. One not reliant upon soul cells. This way, you need never again fear death. You may live as you please, and for as long as you like.
No, I don't like the sound of this.
Our stores of ether are, at present, not sufficient to provide this boon to everyone. But some of you received Neo-regulators for the funeral ceremony, did you not?
Black regulators. Those were handed out at a... Those had an ulterior motive.
And there are still more we have yet to distribute.
Oh.
5,000 in all.
Oh.
One day soon, those with Neo-regulators will be called to join the Endless, and thence be free of suffering forevermore.
But only 5,000 of us?
You Victral! The real Sphene would never be content to save only some of her people. Who are you?
I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Not being very reasonable.
Let's return to the back room. I need to calm down, and then we'll talk.
That's a plotting smile. That's a smile that says that she's winning. How does she propose to create new endless? We must contact Y'shtola as soon as possible. Wasn't someone else. Sphene was erased. If she's back, then are the endless? I only caught the proclamation from a distance, but I can tell you that the message about neo-regulators was received with utmost clarity. Couldn't have been Sphene. She should have been destroyed when the meso-terminal shut down. Got a single Alexandrian to bear witness, presented with an identical figure claiming to be their beloved queen. 'Tis no surprise they would choose to believe she's alive. What is troubling, however, is their denial that the funeral was held in her honor. 'Tis as their memories have been erased, caused by those neo-regulators. And that the members of Oblivion remain unaffected, that was likely the work of the regulators. But whose design? Smart enough to play it being the Queen of Reason. In that guise, even if some suspect deception, most of Alexandria will be on her side. We need to find out who she really is. Yes. I agree wholeheartedly. We should avoid drawing more attention than we already have. We must be patient until Oblivion's network turns up a lead, or until our self-proclaimed queen makes her next move. Oh. Hey, well... Yeah, give me some direct hit. Meanwhile, in living memory, now we get probably get a couple cutscenes that will set the tone of the next part of the story, which will come in 7.2. Waking up, they see Y'shtola and Shale.
Where am I? My people, are they safe?
Oh, it's Sphene, I guess? Fear of death, the people turn to Queen Reborn, their fates to learn. And that ends the quests. Now we gotta wait until the next patch, which won't be until like February or March, depending, according to their roadmap. Pity Y'shtola was not present for Sphne's return. A curious glance at the imposter's aether would have doubtless been enough to confirm our suspicion beyond a doubt. Indeed. Yeah, not much left to do now other than all the rest of the new content, such as the Beast Tribe and the Raid series. I probably will be doing those off stream. Oh, I thought I accepted that. Oh, okay, no, I had to wait for the friend list to refresh. With that, since now that's done, we can move on to the next thing that I was going to do. That was continue on in Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake. First, I'll double check my retainers. Other neat stuff we get. Oh, nice, the weapon. Name I don't play Monk. Don't need to repair anything, so we're good on that front. I'll get to that. Right. That's what I was afraid of. Just noticed this, the outline of this thing is actually was noticeable. Weird. All right, give me a second to go grab my controller. All right, let's continue on in Dragon Quest